My name is Nikhil Buduma. I'm a junior at Bellarmine College Preparatory in San Jose, California, and I'm here today at the International BioGENeius at the Bio Convention. My project is called Pertussis Toxin-Mediated Inhibition of Lymphocyte Trafficking into Lung Tissue, Considerations for an Improved Whooping Cough Vaccine. And basically my project is about a disease called whooping cough, and I was taking a look at the vaccine for this particular disease. And what I found is that in many infants, vaccination first occurs at 2 months of age, and adequate immunity does not appear until 4 months later. In other words, there's a 4-month period of time in which the infant has been immunized but is still susceptible to contracting the disease. And my project in particular identified a certain component of this vaccine, called the pertussis toxin, or PTX for short, that causes this delay between vaccine administration and the actual acquirement of immunity. I actually showed using flow cytometry that PTX, or the pertussis toxin, downregulates a class of receptors called lymphocyte trafficking receptors, in particular alpha-4 beta-7 and alpha-4 beta-1. Now these receptors are responsible for the movement of lymphocytes in the bloodstream back to the site of infection. And because these infants, after being immunized, have low levels of these two receptors, these lymphocytes in these infants are unable to go and fight the bacterium effectively. And that's why we see this delay between vaccine administration and the actual acquirement of immunity. So the recommendation my project makes is essentially to use this information to say it's probably time for us to change the vaccine around and possibly replace the pertussis toxin with an antigen that's just as immunogenic so we can activate the infant's immune system without having these negative side effects. In addition, because I've identified two receptor populations, alpha-4 beta-7 and alpha-4 beta-1, as two markers for infection by Bordetella pertussis for the whooping cough disease, this may actually allow us to build a much better diagnostic tool for infants. Right now in the status quo, the reason why many infants die from the disease after contracting it is because we just don't have the diagnostic tools available, although we have the antibacterial agents available to cure the disease. So being able to apply this in a diagnostic perspective may actually allow us to save more lives in the long run.
Now, what got you into this particular project?
Actually, in 2010, in California itself, there was actually a pertussis outbreak, and my school required us to actually take the vaccine before we could step onto campus for the next school year. So that kind of got me thinking about the whooping cough bacterium, and reading into the literature actually led me to this question of why exactly is there a delay between vaccine administration and the actual acquirement of immunity, and why is pertussis such a big problem in the status quo, even though we have a vaccine for it, unlike other diseases like smallpox and polio.
Now, what are you doing with this? Are folks like Sanofi interested in it?
Actually, I have an interview with Sanofi in just half an hour, and I guess we'll be talking about my project as well as what they're working on right now.
Great. And what's your future after high school?
So I'm actually a junior, going to be a rising senior, so I have applications in the near future. But I'd like to, I have some colleges in mind, some colleges on the East Coast. Stanford is very close by, very nice school as well. And let's see how it goes.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.